We got it on. Hey, sorry about that. Just now we sort of some technical glitch here, but I think we got it fixed. And today is a very good webinar because a lot of people has been asking me. They said, "Wow, you know, after I eat, I can't sleep, and why?" Okay, so I basically provided quite a bit. Actually, I did quite a bit of research and understand that, wow, actually, it is so important. Do not ignore the type of food can affect your sleep. So really, at the end of the day, you really need to have understanding what is good for you and what is not good for you, right? So today, I'm very happy. We have people from Hong Kong, Hawaii, Philippines, quite a few people from Philippines actually, and people from Singapore, Malaysia, and I have quite a bit of other different people. I appreciate always that we have a bunch of very big crowd of people from Hawaii who continue joining us. Today, our topic will be what food do you avoid before you go to sleep if you are pre-diabetic or diabetes. And it is really true, you know, if you are even you are pre-diabetic and you thought that, well, maybe it doesn't affect me. But at the end of the day, that's not true because this, if you are pre-diabetic or diabetes, you basically should have the similar program. But on the other hand, because of that, a lot of people actually did not, put a lot of different food together and they cannot sleep. And that is the major concern. A lot of my clients call me back. Can you give me some idea what food I should not be eating before I go to sleep? So that's why I did this research. Okay. 各位朋友，我係 Andrew 多謝你俾個時間我哋又講下，如果係前期患病或者係已經糖尿患病者，有咩食咗之後咧，我哋應該唔好食嘢之前去瞓覺，即係食啲嘢有咩唔好食咗喺瞓覺前唔應該食嘅。咁其實有8種東西咧係唔應該食嘅。Now, because of the fact that we have a lot of new people came in, I saw a lot of new names. I'll take just 5 minutes to update what is diabetes. I think it will be very important for everybody to just remember. Now, as you know, diabetic is not a disease that you can actually get well. You don't get well. You basically only can control. And the reason why you need to control it because it damages all your vessels. And that's entire body vessel, which is terrible. Okay, so only way you can control your diabetes and your complication is by your dieting. Pre-diabetic diabetes is the same thing. You have to lower your A1C below 6.4. And also you have to have diet control, exercise. You have to measure your blood sugar and you have to listen to webinar like what we do and understand what can you do to lower your blood sugar all the time, not only a little time, but all the time. Also, you have to change your lifestyle. And no white food, like meaning bread, rice, soda, juice, all that eliminate. Certain Lowsutea definitely will help you. Okay, we'll have lower blood sugar, is scientific proven, and with that, you will at least put yourself in a continuous low blood sugar or normal blood sugar or better blood sugar level, so you don't get damage your some of your vessels. Now, to be a diabetes, definitely have four stages. The first stage is actually your sugar and your cholesterol goes up. So when cholesterol and sugar goes up, it damages your B cells. And the B cells is the one that take the sugar into the cells. The second stage is if you don't do anything, the plaque is going to form. The reason is because the blood and the cholesterol are become very thickening in each of the blood vessels. Eventually, plaque like this will form. When plaque form, you're going to have all start going your high blood pressure going up. Then third stage, if you don't do anything, continue the same lifestyle, you will definitely turn to be a pre-diabetic, meaning your A1C will be between 5.7 to 6.4 and continue to march up. And that can be marched up very fast. And the fourth stage is you don't do anything, it will change to diabetes if you're over 6.5 A1C. So really, you can reverse your diabetes if you can actually don't go out for 6.5 more than 2 times within a year of blood test, which is a year. Within this year, you can lower it down. Most likely, the doctor will not rate you as a diabetes. But nevertheless, if you once you convert it, you cannot convert back. Okay, keep that in mind. 嗱，各位同學有4部曲咧，係點會變咗糖尿病咧？第一就當你係用咗你個即係你個膽固醇高咗之後啦，咁然後之後咧，第二樣嘢咧就加埋啲糖咧就damage 損壞你個 B cells， 咁啲 B 就唔會帶啲糖入去個細胞裏邊啦。第二樣嘢，因為血 become thickening， 咁就變咗嚟講咧，你就開始變你啲血塊咧，一塊喺個血管嗰度咧就塞住晒啲血管，全身嘅血管我講啊，呢啲係唔得 reverse 㗎 ，by the way 啊。咁第三咧，如果繼續唔做嘢咧，你嘅 A1C 繼續高咧，咁你去到6.4以後咧，咁你呢個段時間咧係前期患病者，但係當你冇做任何嘢咧，第4期咧你就變咗糖尿病。咁個人都係咁大概咁上下發生嘅。咁但係你可以能夠控制到咧，你係去 reverse 呢樣嘢。So actually, it's very important. This 4th stage, if you can prevent it, you will not become a diabetes. Now, how Lowsutea work is very simple. One, the bitter melon is actually help the cells act like an insulin, and they took the sugar into the cells. And guava leaves block the sugar entering to the vessels. As you know, when we eat, the sugar will go into the large intestine, and large intestine will now from there, the sugar, that's where they absorb. And if you have a lot of sugar got in there, but you have not enough insulin, then it will cause the situation which I just discussed. So really, that's why Lowsutea will work, because of the fact that with bitter melon can act like insulin. If your insulin is a lot resistant, that's when your insulin is not working that well. Will give you like a booster and give you into the cells. On top of that, one of the very important thing bitter melon will do also dump sugar, cholesterol, and sodium out the urine. So result, your blood sugar will be lower, your cholesterol lower, and your blood pressure also be low because they dump out the salt. And certainly that will be part of the detox function. So Lowsutea definitely work. What happens if you do not actually do anything and you let it go to be a diabetes? And that would be very sad, because at the end of the day, you're going to have a risk of stroke. You have lost consciousness, your memory will be lost. You have, matter of fact, I just have a patient told me it's really sad because the husband is also diabetes, the wife is diabetes, but the wife diabetes is very lost control. So it's so sad that the wife cannot recognize the husband anymore because all the sugars in here is all block up the brain. So they could not recognize the husband. How you like that? That's terrible. And on top of that, you might have eye glaucoma, you have the pancreatic malfunction, and 40% of the diabetes will have heart disease because all the vessels are plugged up. You have nerve damage. So net result, you will not have good feeling of the lower extremity or many places. Also high blood pressure, increase your vessel damage and potential also stroke. You can lose your foot, amputation, and then damage your kidney. Then you have might require dialysis. In Hong Kong, 75% of the dialysis patients are diabetes. Imagine that. And in also 30% of the patients are lost the sexual function. Wow, that's terrible. Okay, they're maybe 50, 60 years old. They already lost their sexual function because they can feel. So if people are pregnant, then there's such a thing called gestation diabetic. So net result of that, you got to be very, very careful with that, because with gestation diabetic, eventually you might be a very candidate of diabetes. Okay, and a lot of people are gestation diabetic, and so you got to just watch. Okay. 嗱，各位朋友，因為咧，當你血糖好高，唔控制咗糖尿病者咧，就有好多不同嘅風險嘅。第一個風險咧，就係你會有中風啦。第二咧就係你眼嘅盲啦，因為你有個白內障同埋青光眼啦。你嘅胰臟亦都唔 function 啦，已經做得太多啦，咁變咗嚟講，你冇胰島素出，或者唔夠胰島素出，同埋咧40% 嘅糖尿病病者咧，係有心臟病嘅發生嘅。第三仲有咧就你神經系統全部損壞，因為糖整到成個係損壞咗，咁你就冇乜感覺。咁同埋仲有咧，你仲有血壓高啦，同埋啲血管繼續破壞啦。如果你整傷隻腳，底下隻腳咧係唔會好咧，弊家伙你個腳都割埋，同埋咧仲要可能你嘅腎整壞咗要洗腎啦。 嗱，香港75% 嘅腎病人咧都係糖尿患病者嘅，咁同埋仲有咧性功能亦都冇咗，因為佢冇得感覺啊。咁同埋咧有好多有BB 仔即係生 BB 嘅時候咧，就有一個即係懷孕嘅糖尿病。咁但係好翻喎，但係呢啲人咧好快將來5年後咧可能變咗糖尿病啫。咁呢啲人一定要注意。So 同埋我有個客人話俾佢聽咧，佢兩公婆都係糖尿病，但係好慘咧，因為佢依家個腦已經係感覺唔到、認唔到啊。咁佢老公認唔到，哇！真係陰公啦嚇！結婚咁多年，你係邊個啊？我唔知你邊個啊，老公見唔到。所以其實咧，即係糖尿病咧，真係一個好大破壞性嘅。So it's so important. You really don't want to be in the boat of the diabetes, because at the end of the day, imagine the wife cannot recognize the husband. I felt so bad for them. And our purpose here is anybody have high blood sugar will help you to prevent from pre-diabetic convert to diabetes, and will postpone your basically your diabetic complication, because make your blood sugars all very better level, normal level, so you do not get yourself into complication, just what we talked about just now. And the way you do it, we have 5 programs. One is we have drink Lowsutea, 6 to 8 cups a day, and we give you Lowsutea low carb diet, low fat diet, and you need to exercise 10,000 steps a day times at least 4 to 5 days per week, and you control your weight with the BMI under 23, and so listen to a webinar, and so important to track your blood, because diabetes, in order to only to understand where you're at, you have to track your blood in order to get you to be better blood sugar level. And hopefully with that, we lower your blood sugar from 10% to 5.7%. 嗱，各位同學，其實好重要咧，我哋嘅任務咧，就希望咧將我哋你哋現有嘅如果你高糖啦，都係前期患病者咧，我哋希望咧將你能夠唔會變咗糖尿病，即係我哋 prevent 呢個 conversion。咁同埋咧，如果你係就算糖尿患病者咧，我哋希望你亦都唔會變咗好多糖尿嘅後患症。咁同埋咧，我哋有5個 program 啦，第一我哋有飲食嘅 program 啦，同埋飲去涼茶啦，仲有去 exercise 啦，咁仲有個 weight control 係少過23個 BMI 啦 ，doctor webinar 啦，同埋 track 點 track blood。咁我希望咧，你將你 A1C 10% 跌到5.7%，咁呢個就係我哋希望做到嘅任務。咁亦都係有好多 program 咧，即係同你扶住你嘅手一齊同你病行，所以呢個係一個十分重要嘅。At the end of the day, when you think about it, diabetes is a lifelong disease, and you might forget, you might not, you might discourage. So it's so important, really. You have to continue to pay attention to how to control your diabetes, and we have all kind of seminars to help you to understand that. Now, today we'll talk about 8 foods which you should avoid if you have pre-diabetic diabetes. Okay, actually, many food can affect your sleep, as you know. So people think that, well, only caffeine, coffee, tea, or chocolate can disrupt my sleep because there's a lot of caffeine, so I can't sleep. But on the other hand, it's not really true only this product. There are other food could also affect the sleep, especially if you have pre-diabetic diabetes. So today, our webinar will basically give you a better look of things that is actually you should not eat before you go to sleep. And a lot of people don't know and not aware either. 嗱，各位朋友，其實咧食好多食物咧，其實以為就可以能夠令到你瞓覺有問題嘅。For example， 有啲人就話：哇，我好多唔食咁多 caffeine 嘅東西啦，咖啡啦、茶啦，咁啊或者朱古力啊，咁我變咗冇咖啡因，咁咪可能瞓得覺咯。其實唔係嘅，仲有好多食物咧係可以令到你瞓唔到覺嘅。咁今日嘅堂咧就講呢樣嘢俾你聽，尤其是你係前期或者已經糖尿病者，呢個更加要注重。Okay? Many people do not know if you eat a big meal, like for example, right after 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock to sleep, I just finished my big gigantic buffet, or I go to a party, I just picked out myself. Well, if that's the case, that big meal might cause you not able to sleep. You know why? Because what happened is when you have a big meal, you sleep right away. It's very difficult to digest all the food. And that result, you will start getting heartburn. And on top of that, because you're lying down, all the gastric juice from the stomach will reverse back. It's called reflux. And then we'll get into burning the throat, heartburn. So net result of that might not allow you to sleep well because you keep I still stomach sore, I don't really feel good. So you really don't want to get big meal, first of all, big meal before you go to sleep, because a lot of people don't know. They just thought, oh, it's okay. And actually, some people will say, maybe I can eat a big meal, I can feel better. But actually, majority of the times that we eat a big meal, you cannot sleep that well. Now, certainly, CDC recommend you should have 7 hours sleep per day. But if you are chronically not getting good sleep, but you really gotta check it out, because it might affect your blood pressure, affect your with high blood pressure, you might have stroke. And then a lot of time, because that cannot sleep, and a lot of time that maybe you might go out and eat some more, so you become obesity, and also because you have diabetes, that you really need to figure out. Sleep is so important, because if you don't get 7 hours sleep for diabetic, you know what's gonna happen? You feel stressed. Pre-diabetic is the same. You're gonna get stressed, and your stress go what? Get your blood sugar going up, and that will continue your blood vessels. So you really need to help yourself not to get stressed. You know, get good sleep, relax, and your blood sugar go down. I actually measure myself. If I don't sleep well, I was surprised. My blood sugar go up to like 140 because I don't sleep well. I didn't eat anything. But if I slept well, my blood sugar dropped down to 98, 100. Wow. Or you know, from 7 to 5 point something. That's excellent. I'm just relaxed, good sleep. That's all. And so each person certainly relax food very differently. But you gotta have good sleep. Okay? 各位同友，我知好多人要去飲啦。咁好多時咧，有可能咧，佢哋係要食咗好多不同嘅嘢啦。咁變咗嚟講咧，佢好頂住晒胃咧，有好大問題。因為當你食得太多嘢，譬如10點半食完飯，你11點瞓覺咧，你多數嘅好多時咧，有機會咧有個胃酸倒流，咁你就會有 heartburn 啊，好似哇揦住個喉嚨咁。咁呢個咧係對你個瞓覺瞓唔到嘅。咁 CDC 咧就話：喂，你每日都要應該7個鐘頭瞓覺啦。咁但係如果你係糖尿患病者，你瞓唔到覺咧，你係會有好多即係 stress 啊。咁你個 stress 咧，你個反應咧就令到你咧個血糖上高。咁呢個就唔正嘅東西。所以變咗其實咧，你每一個食嘅嘢咧都係會影響你。所以千祈唔好臨瞓時咧食好多嘢 ，OK？ 一食好多嘢咧，你就多數係有問題嘅，瞓唔到覺嘅 ，OK？Importantly to have good sleep. And also importantly to have relaxing sleep. Okay. Now, the second food you should not consider is pizza. Now, a lot of people don't realize that. They say, "Wow, hey, you know, I want to have a snack. I will order some pizza from out, you know, with people deliver the pizza." Well, it might be a good idea to set for a stomach, but you know what? Pizza, 114-inch pizza, one slice, is actually have 5 grams saturated fat. On top of that, it has 42 gram carbs, 200 calories. Wow, hey, my friend, it is not good for diabetes, because all these are actually not good for you. Especially, you know, if you are actually in lunch or whatever, you have a whole day you can burn it up. But when you before you sleep, you don't have that whole day. You go to sleep soon. So definitely do not eat a pizza before you go to snack. Before you go to sleep. It is not a good snack. On top of that, pizza has or any food that packed with saturated fat, sodium, you should avoid before you go to sleep. The reason with that, when you have a lot of sodium, you know what? Your blood pressure goes up, and all those fat will just store into your fat, your tummy, and basically you just feel yourself a bigger tummy. And that's not good for diabetes. So do not eat a lot of saturated fat like French fries or like ice cream. All these are very high saturated fat before you sleep. That is no good. Or any food that is salty. And matter of fact, if you eat all that, most likely you have a chance to wake up the whole night, and because it affects your blood pressure, and you just cannot sleep because the blood is keep rolling around to try to get rid of your salt. Okay. Now, a lot of people don't realize. They say, well, I'm watching TV. I start taking in my chips. Wow, chips a lot of carbs, salt, a lot of salt. So all those things are not good for you. The worst that some people even told me, well, I'm hungry, so I went to McDonald's and get some more French fries and some hamburgers just as a midnight snack. I tell you, that is the worst thing you can do for yourself. So do not try to get food that is saturated fat, a lot of salt, like French fries and stuff like that, before you go to sleep, because that is actually hurt you more than not only cannot sleep, plus it brought your blood sugar go shoot way high. Okay? 嗱，各位朋友，千祈唔好真係食個 pizza 薄餅，以為好鬼正啊，有個好 snack， 一啲都唔正，因為咧一個 pizza 14寸薄餅有5 gram 嘅 saturated fat， 有42 gram 嘅碳水化合物，同埋仲有200個 calorie。當你食咗呢啲咁嘅嘢咧，全部對你糖尿病或者前列腺癌係冇幫助，更加害咗你，因為咧呢啲全部係 fat 塞咗你血管，令到血糖越高。所以其實咧，千祈唔好食啲有好多叫 saturated fat 嘅食物啦，或者有鹽嘅食物啦，因為令到你血壓又會高啦，同埋仲有你瞓唔到覺啦。咁呢啲係咩食物啊？好似炸薯條啦、chips 啦、雪糕啦。同埋咧，或者薄餅啦嚇，呢啲嘢全部咧，希望你就唔好食啦，因為呢啲嘢咧，可能成晚都瞓唔到覺，同埋咧，你令到你血壓會高，同埋你血糖會高，咁幾樣嘢都係唔正嘅，咁啊何必咧？係咪？咁啊記住唔好食呢啲嘢。So important, no pizza before you sleep is not a good snack, and no saturated fat item and with a lot of salt like chips. French fries, those are no good food for you before you go to sleep. Many of you might be surprised. Wow, you mean tomato is no good also before you go to sleep? Didn't tomato sound okay? So tomato can be a very good health product, but before you sleep, a tomato give you an acidic food. You know, they have acid from tomato. And might elevate your pH of the stomach, and result, you're going to end up with heartburn and the reflux of digestion and so forth. So that can be something will affect the sleep, because whenever you have reflux, the acid from your stomach will come up and start burning the throaty area. So you're gonna start, wow, how come I don't feel good, or my stomach feels kind of sore, or my throat feels kind of burning. All these can affect the sleep, and so tomato is not a good choice before you go to sleep. Although some people ask me, I thought tomato is a fruit. Yes, it's a fruit, but it's not a fruit for you before you go to sleep. You can eat it before, after dinner, or during dinner. So you still have a fairly good time, about 4 hours before you go to sleep. It might not affect you. But before you go to sleep, eat tomato, that's highly not suggested. Now, another thing, a lot of people is not only eating tomato by itself, they also eat tomato sauce, like for example, pizza sauce. They are also very high acid. And based on this sauce, the pizza and the sauce, and also you might drink some more juice. Oh man, that would totally wipe you off, because one, pizza high calorie, high salt, bad for cholesterol, bad for blood sugar. And then you say, well, I'm going to drink some juice to wash it down. Juice is what? A lot of sugar, my friend. And that is not good for you. So all that become a compact thing for pre-diabetic diabetes. Increase your blood sugar, increase your blood pressure, everything goes up. So you cannot sleep, plus all the refluxes from the stomach, from your stomach coming up, acid, burn, heartburn. Man, that's total affect the sleep. So try not to do that, okay? 好多朋友咧就話，哇，我唔知原來咧番茄會對我哋有問題嘅咩？嗱，點解番茄會有 issue 咧？因為番茄有個酸性嘅，如果你食番茄，有可能就令到你個身體咧有一個好大嘅反應。咁當你有番茄一個好大嘅反應嘅時候咧，咁你咧就會有一個問題出現咧，就係會有個叫做個胃酸咧倒流上翻嚟呢度 burn 你個頸，咁你就會瞓唔到覺啦。第一，第二咧仲有咧。如果你食一啲 pizza 嘅好多 tomato sauce 啊，同樣嘅 effect， 咁變咗嚟講有 high 即係 high 高胃酸令到胃酸高嘅東西咧， 咁你就千祈唔好食。更加差有啲人就話：哇！我食完之後再飲啲果汁啦，尤其是橙汁啦，哇咁鬼甜！橙汁甜高糖。第二 pizza 好多卡路里，又係碳水化合物高，令到血糖漲高。所以all啲嘢咧就全部都係對你身體唔好嘅，所以小心唔好食番茄。嗱，食飯嗰陣時食番茄冇問題喎，因為嗰陣時咧有4個鐘頭俾我瞓覺啦。So it is okay to eat tomato during dinner at 6-7 o'clock because you get a lot of time to burn up. The worst thing you do is you eat during not eating dinner. You take tomato is after. Before you sleep, eat tomato. That is all the fat we're going to get you. A lot of people also think that, well, you know, I have smoothie and it's a very, very healthy drink, isn't it? And it should be a healthy snack before I go to sleep. Okay. So really at the end of the day, as you got to remember, many smoothies are high sugar, especially if you're diabetic, you drink smoothie or pre-diabetic, you actually elevate your risk to be a potential diabetes, or you are actually putting more pressure. You're not diabetes yet, but getting your out faster into the diabetic lane. If you're diabetic, you don't want to do that either, because then it goes up, then you hurt yourself with all the vessels, then you get more potential future diabetic complications. So all that is not good for you. So also, plus it is sweet, fattening, calorie high, so you might get more weight gain, high blood pressure, and fatty liver disease. Fatty liver disease is not good. It's not saying that, wow, I have fatty liver, it's okay. It's not good. So you don't want to get fatty liver. And especially, as you know, most smoothie, 1 cup of smoothie is basically just get yourself 4 spoons of sugar, and that might really affect your sleep, because when the sugar high, your body will have to generate moving more your blood vessel around, try to dump out your sugar, and so net result, you will start getting, oh, I can't sleep here, I can't sleep there. More and more you will toss around and you're not going to sleep. And on top of that, do not eat your pie, your dessert, donut, soda just before you go to bed. Now that is bad practice. One is those pie with high carbs is going to retain on your body instead of help you to digest it. Now, if you have dinner, that's okay. You eat a little bit, pie, no problem, because you have few hours to digest it. You have few hours to actually eliminate that pie carbs. So, but before you go to sleep, do not do that. Now, certainly, a lot of time you say, I'm hungry, I want to do something. Now, certainly it's good to eat celeries, one of the small little celeries. And also you can eat, like, for example, Greek yogurt, peanut butter with some wheat toast. That's okay to do that, because it gives you high protein and a healthy unsaturated fat, more fiber, and stabilize blood sugar. But do not really eat a lot of like pies just before you go to sleep. And that is not good for diabetes. Or even a healthy person should not do that either, because that is not good for you, because all the sugar is maintained on you. And eventually that will affect your sleep. So do not eat all these sweet during before you sleep. 嗱，各位朋友，好多人咧就話，我哋食個冰沙咪好 healthy 嘅，其實唔係，因為咧冰沙好多糖嘅。一杯冰沙咧可能有4羹糖喺裏邊啊！哇，好多糖就好 affect 你瞓覺咯。因為你有好多糖嘅時候咧，你血管咧繼續係喐，係出嚟 dump out 你嘅 sugar。咁如果你係做咗呢樣嘢嘅時候，你好多時你就真係瞓唔到覺啦。咁同埋咧，仲有你話再食下甜品添，好似任何嘅 dessert 啊、呢個派啊，或者食啲甜嘢啊。咁但係當你食到好甜嘢嘅時候咧，你個身體咧就加咗咩 energy 啊，咁你就瞓唔到覺㗎啦，因為你準備去打仗咁係咪？咁變咗嚟講咧，因為當你係血管一哥咗好多 energy 嘅時候咧，你就開始有個 adrenaline 出咗現啦，咁你就準備打仗，所以瞓唔到覺嘅。咁最好如果你真係要食一啲 嘢係補充你，或者係哇好肚餓啊，我要食啲宵夜啊，咁不如揾啲芹菜剪一塊條用芹菜食呢樣更加好，或者食啲叫做 Greek yogurt 都 OK 嘅，或者食啲好少嘅 peanut butter， 再加啲 wheat toast 亦都 OK， 但唔好食得太多喎，因為呢啲嘢亦都係繼續幫助你唔會瞓到覺嘅。如果食得太飽嘅話 ，OK， 少少 OK 啦。So keep in mind any sugar before you go to sleep. You increase your energy level because sugar gives you energy ready to fight, right? Then on top of that, the sugar will also help you not only boosting energy, it'll give you a lot of things called adrenaline, get you ready to fight. So then you're ready to fight. Are you ready to go to sleep? No, you will get just a lot of energy. So that will basically decrease your chances to fall in sleep easily. So do not eat a lot of dessert or a lot of sweet just before you go to sleep. Now, a lot of people thought that maybe have a snack of cheese. Would that be good? Okay. Now, cheese, on the other hand, show that if you are getting cheddar cheese, Parmesan cheese, they contain a thing called amino acid triamine, which actually increase your heart rate. So now, when you eat dinner, that's okay because eventually they will settle down. But before you go to sleep, you have that, your heart rate go boom, 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 boom. That will affect your sleep, and that will not be good for you. On top of that, any kind of, type of cheesy thing will basically, you have all these fat and sugar will start putting in your bloodstream. Your body will have to pump all these things away, to make sure get rid of that soon. So net result of that, your heart will go for sure, go boom, 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 boom. Then you're going to have difficulty sleeping. Now, certainly, if you really want to get some snack, but I want to make sure not cheese, but you can get some creamy almond, put it into a little sweet pack, whole wheat cracker. Maybe that will be okay, but not to eat a lot. So make sure you do not just eat cheese and also, eat too much of the creamy things. Except cream almond butter is okay, but a little bit is all right to just satisfy your need or slight snack for before you sleep. 嗱，好多人唔知道咧，原來食芝士咧瞓覺係好煩嘅。個原因咧，因為食咗芝士咧，佢產生咗個 amino acid 裏邊咧。氨基酸啊，佢有一隻嘢係令到你嘅心臟咧會跳快啲同埋響啲嘅。咁你個心咧成日都講 boom 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 boom， 哇！你點瞓覺啊？係咪？咁同埋咧，點解咧有呢樣嘢有好多 cream 喺個身體嘅時候咧，你個血液咧繼續係循環快啲嘅，因為佢要泵晒啲糖啊、cream 啊走噶嘛。咁所以變咗嚟講咧，你 end up 咧就會成晚都好囉攣噶啦。咁如果你真係肚餓咧，不如你食啲叫做杏仁醬啦，加啲擺落一啲whole wheat 嘅 toast 嗰度啦，啲麥餅乾啦，咁或者用呢個方法咧係 satisfy 咗你嘅需要，但係就唔好食得太多啊，因為食得太同樣嘅問題出現喎。Okay, so importantly at night time before you go to sleep, really do not go into a lot of cheese involved because that is actually not good for you. Now, another thing that is not good for you is hot sauce. Okay. Now, spicy food actually cause also acid influx. In other words, when you have hot sauce going to when you lie down, your stomach, all the gastric content will start coming back up to your throat. That is called the acid influx. Now, when you do that, you're going to have heartburn here, and neck burn there. You're going to feel it. So your esophagus is going to feel like burning, okay? So how can you sleep with you burning? So when you do that, you should be 3 hours before you lie down to get hot sauce. In other words, you do not dip hot sauce with anything before you go to sleep. Some people actually do that. Is that, well, maybe I get some, fruits, not fruits, but a vegetable hot sauce so it tastes better. That is no good because that will actually help you not get to sleep. On top of that, when you get hot sauce, one more thing, your body feel hot because the circulation, the body will get you to, increase the circulation, get rid of the hot sauce. Matter of fact, some of these people will even start getting sweaty. And with that, you actually interfere with your sleep, okay? So do not think about hot sauce to help you to get you sleeping better. It doesn't help you getting sleep better. Okay? Now, so 繼續朋友，如果係食辣嘅東西咧，其實咧係好影響你瞓覺嘅，因為辣嘅東西咧係令到你點啊個胃酸倒流啊，咁胃酸倒流咧揦住個頸，個心啊好似有好痛，咁你點能夠瞓覺咧？咁所以其實咧，如果你食辣嘅東西咧，3個鐘頭前瞓覺，你就唔好食辣㗎，即係3個鐘頭前未瞓覺之前食辣冇問題。因為能夠 burn up， 如果唔係即係入去，就算半個鐘頭前你瞓覺食辣嘢咧，都係好有問題嘅。咁仲有一樣嘢咧，當你食咗辣嘢裏邊嘅時候咧，你全身好熱嘅，好多人食咗辣嘢，哇，抹膊額頭都出埋汗。咁呢樣嘢咧係會好影響你瞓覺。OK， so remember do not take hot sauce or anything hot food before you go to sleep. Now one more thing.Alcohol, a lot of people have total misunderstand. A lot of people say, wow, I drink some alcohol, I should sleep better. Actually, that is not true because alcohol actually affect your rapid eye movement. In other words, in order to sleep, you have to dream. Your eye will have rapid eye movement. But with alcohol, it affects your REM sleep, rapid eye movement. So net result,your sleep are not going to be perfect. You cannot dream like, you got doze off, And on top of that, alcohol affect your sleep apnea. If you see the guy that's drunk, one of the things you notice, he become heavily snoring. Why? Because what happened is alcohol disrupt the breathing and it reduce the brain to tell them, hey, I need to breathe, I need oxygen. Result, they become apnea. Where yourself does not breathe normally or stop breathing until you really have no oxygen and start breathing again. So your breathing actually stop. Okay, so when you have drinking a lot of alcohol, definitely that will affect you. And you notice if you are guys are drunk, you notice they snore heavily. When you look at the breathing, sometimes they actually don't breathe every breath like normally. So it is not good for you. And your brain has no oxygen. When you get up next day, you are totally feel like, wow, man, I don't know what happened, man. I can't think. And that is the reason because lack of oxygen the whole night because your brain is not working properly while you're sleeping. Your alcohol just numb your brain, okay? So, and also another thing, one of my, not only one, few clients actually, I noticed that blood sugar go real high after 10 o'clock, 10, 11, 12, wow, can you go up? And the blood sugar is like 10, 12, 11, and 13 when they go to sleep. And I was wondering, what the hell happened to you? Have you eaten a lot of food? And I said, no, I need anything, but my sugar keep going. So what have you done? He said, wow, I like red wine. I drank some red wine before go to sleep. Hopefully with that, I slept better. But did not realize when you drink red wine before you sleep, and they drink only about half bottle or 1/4 bottle, the blood sugar goes up. Why? Red wine is made by grape. So when you drink red wine, even though it doesn't seem to be sweet, it increases your blood sugar. So do not drink red wine before you go to sleep. And also alcohol before you go to sleep. That is no good for you. OK， 各位朋友，如果係飲酒嘅話咧，好重要嘅，千祈咧飲酒係會對你嗰個瞓覺係唔好嘅。點解咧？你而家人哋瞓覺咧，係咪有啲人瞓覺或者人醉酒啊？你見到佢係好大聲去即係鼻鼾出嚟嘅，同埋好多時咧見到佢咧唞下氣又唔唞氣。其實咧好多人都有呢個問題嘅。當你飲咗好多酒，醉咗酒，尤其是醉咗酒啦，因為飲酒咧係會影響咗你嘅腦咧，話俾你聽，喂，我要唞氣喎，因為腦已經冧咗啦，咁啊梗係唔唞氣啦。咁所以變咗好多時咧，你唞氣唔唞氣咧就 lack of oxygen， 咁啊對你嘅身體都唔好嘅。同埋咧第二日咧你個人咧會全部好似冇晒感覺咁，所以好多人話 hang out 就咁解啦。OK， 咁尤其是咧，如果飲咗酒又紅酒咧，有啲人夜晚我有幾個客都係咁嘅，話點解你血糖咁鬼高嘅夜晚？你有冇食嘢？ 但係飲紅酒，原來紅酒咧 even 都唔甜嘅，但係咧個血糖會令到你好高，因為咧紅酒係用咩做啊？係葡萄做嘅，葡萄做嘅嘢一定係血糖高，所以變咗嚟講咧係對糖尿病者、前期患病者都唔正仔，所以唔好喺瞓覺前飲烈酒或者紅酒或者白酒都係一樣嘅。OK， so do not drink a lot of alcohol, red wine, white wine, fruity wine, same thing, because they will affect your blood sugar before you sleep. One of the things that a lot of people don't realize, some of the herbs like hawthorn, parsley, ginger, all these, dandelion, are what? Basically as a diuretic. So when you drink this natural diuretic might disrupt your sleep, because what happened is, all these herbs are going to start asking you, well, dump out my urine out because I drank that, is a diuretic helping you. So you need to watch whatever fruits you have, as long as you 3 hours before you sleep, you do that, that will be good. But if you eat all that, just especially some of the nowadays snack have put parsley in there, just to make it nice taste and all that, and you eat some of those snacks, you're gonna end up potentially got you a lot of diuretic, so you might not able to sleep because your whole night you want to go shishi, urinate. So something that you need to concern about all these natural herbs that might potential get you not able to sleep. Okay, so in summary, actually, when you go to sleep, you want to get food not to disrupt your sleeping. For example, you don't want to eat a big meal, because before you go to sleep, wow, that is a lot of food, can't digest. You have so-called reflux, and it will get heartburn. Wow, that's all affect the sleep. Do not take like saturated fat, a lot of salt food like pizza or French fry. All these things will help you to increase your blood sugar, and also same issue with reflux. And tomato is the same thing, because it's acidic. It's also get you to get your acidic reflux, and that's going to get you to be heartburn. Also the same thing. Smoothies and pies and dessert, all these things are basically is a lot of sugar. So a lot of sugar, what's going to happen is your body will try to get rid of sugar. So your pot, everything will pump more. And then on top of that, you're going to start getting a lot of, sort of action. So you're not going to get good sleep either. On top of that, all this sugar is not going to help you on your average blood sugar, help you to maintain a bad blood sugar level. You don't want next morning come in and the whole night blood sugar is in the 180 area. Oh, that will be bad for you. And you want to make sure that it don't go over 120. So these smoothies are not actually good for you. And same thing as cheese and all the extra sauce is going to, extra cheese will help you to actually, because all the cream in there, and then your heart will pump more and more faster and more powerful to keep pumping. And that result, your whole night was also feel the heart pumping. How can you go sleep well? Hot sauce. Hot sauce is actually create a lot of acid. Again, it'll be heartburn. On top of that, you increase your body temperature, and that result, you're going to feel hot. And then your heart will also pump more and faster also. Again, it affects your sleep. Alcohol. You don't want to take alcohol because it decrease your rapid eye movement. On top of that, it numb your head, so you have apnea. You don't breathe. In lack of oxygen, next day you're totally wiped out. And you drink red wine, you increase your blood sugar. You don't want to be in that boat either. You don't want to drink wine or any wine or white wine, same thing. So you want to go down to make sure you have not elevated blood sugar a whole night, and then you're not going to get good sleep. Plus, it's bad for your whole body system. Last but not least, you want to watch whatever food that you take is a natural diuretic. For diuretic is like, for example, like parsley, because a lot of the snack sometimes put parsley and I eat that. It might be a diuretic, and then maybe whole night you're going to feel like you want to go urination. So I hope all this information will help you out to understand what food is good for you before you go to sleep, and should avoid not to eat this before you go to sleep. Certainly, drinking Lowsutea is very helpful, definitely, because help you to put your entire evening with better blood sugar level, and on top of that, you will feel much better, lower your blood sugar, lower your cholesterol, lower your blood pressure, and lower your salt, because they dump all those things out of urine, and that result, you have all these low that will help you out. So this is my complete my webinar. I hope that I have give you a insight what it is, and I'm now asking for some people who have question, and we have a question from Eugene. Eugene always asks a question, and he said, when should my last meal before I go to sleep? Now, that is a very good question. If you are 3 hours before you sleep, that should be your last meal. So in other words, if you go to sleep at 11 o'clock, 9, 10, 11, so 8 o'clock is your last meal. You should not be making it at 10 o'clock and you sleep 11, okay? 3 hours would be good. 有個好 question 咧，就話幾時係食最後一餐 before 瞓覺咧？咁最好咧就3個鐘頭前，最好就3個鐘頭前最後一餐 before 你瞓覺。因為如果你唔係咧，會真係啲嘢會 affect 到你 sleep 嘅。So 3 hours is a very as a good time that before you sleep to eat your meal. Second question is my supper meal or any meal following these guidelines. Well, actually any meal, but certainly, as you know, we mentioned the meals. If you have a lot of fat, a lot of saturated fat, a lot of sodium, those are things that you should take less, and don't get your result to get your body pumping, your heart pumping more and fast. And so you should actually not to take a lot of salt during the dinner, even dinner. The meal is not really, if you're 3 hours before you go to sleep, might not really affect you. But nevertheless, if you take a lot of saturated fat, a lot of salt, and a lot of starch, a lot of carbs, all that will affect the sugar. It doesn't come down fast enough. On top of that, it could cause you heartburn longer time. So in other words, if 3 hours, your heartburn might last you 4 or 5 hours, then that will affect the sleep, because you can't sleep with a heartburn, right? So we think about it, maybe perhaps if you really think that I want to relax, I don't want to get all these heartburn, then not to eat all those baked pizza, which has a lot of carbs, a lot of salt. Instead, eat more vegetable, more food that is easy to digest, no acid, regurgitation. Those might be a better choice. I hope I answered your question. Okay, one question. I think you're from Philippines, right, Terran? Where can I buy Lowsutea? Sometime go on duty at night time, so we can have snack in middle of my duty. Is it available to eat? Okay. Terran, are you from Philippines? If you are from Philippines, I'll give you my Philippine website. You can able to actually I will I don't know you actually I'll type my answer here. You can go up to the website in Philippines. This is Lowsutea.co is their website. So maybe you can see whether you can get that Lowsutea. It's Lowsutea.co, C-O, okay? But anyway, yes, good. I hope I answered your question. What is a good snack you actually eat and at nighttime? At nighttime, a good snack should be like celery. You cut the little celery about this thick, this long, and then you can eat the celery because there's no acid, a lot of fiber, low carbs. Is really good for you, and it satisfies your stomach. Instead of saying, well, maybe I have a bag of potato chips or French fries. Wow, that is not good because you work at night, even though you work at night, but that will hurt you because of the fact that you are providing all the saturated fat and salt on your body. So always, even a nice snack, is better to have vegetable like celeries, cucumber. These are good snacks. Even though if you can eat an egg, one egg, hard-boiled egg, even better than you eat a bag of chips. That is not good for you. Okay. Now, thanks, Tareen. Did I answer your question, Tareen? And did you see a website? I think I typed it on. You might. It's called Lowsutea.co. So you can buy Lowsutea there. Okay, good. Okay, you got it. Okay, thank you. Now, another question is, when should my last liquid taken before I go to sleep? Now, liquid is an interesting thing. If even 1 hour before you sleep, you can take liquid, no problem. Even take Lowsutea 1 hour before, it's no problem. Half an hour, because after you drink Lowsutea, very quickly Lowsutea will get you to make shishi, because Lowsutea is an item that actually very quickly to dump out your sugar and your cholesterol and your salt out. So that will be a fast one. Unfortunately, if you take water and then you take a lot of salt, that becomes a little different story. You know why? Because the salt retain the water you just drank, and then in turns, it will hold, they will not come out. So net result of that, you maybe middle of the night, you got to get up to go to the toilet and you cannot go back to sleep. There's some possibility. Now, some people might never affect because they said anything after I go shishi, I come back, I slept well. So it all depends. But if you took a lot of salt, that is something that you don't want to take a lot of salt item like chips, potato chips, French fry. Those are a lot of salt, and that result you affect the sleep. 各位朋友，最後個 question 咧就係幾時飲茶咧，或者飲水咧可以得咧？嗱，飲去糖茶咧係好快你要去洗手間嘅，1個鐘頭裏邊咧，半個鐘頭咧你已經去洗手間，咁你抌晒嘢出嚟啦。因為個後用咧係抌你糖、膽固醇同鹽走出嚟嘅，所以好快走出嚟嘅。但係如果你飲水，再加食咗好多 French fry， 即係炸薯條啊、chips 啊，咁就弊家伙啦。因為嗰啲鹽咧係 hold 住晒你啲水啊。咁你嘅水咧 hold 住晒啲水咧，咁你其實咧就可能晚黑都未必有機會去小便人 till middle of night 3點鐘。咁如果你係起身去小便，翻嚟瞓覺 OK 就得嘅。有啲人就唔得嘅，所以咧千祈咧就唔好食好多鹹嘢先飲水。飲去糖茶冇問題，因為佢真係好快脆咧，就令到你小便嘅，所以呢個唔係一個 issue。Okay, today was very good. We have a lot of good questions for Tareen, also Eugene. Are there any other question? I hope I can help you to answer. Feel free to ask. And and I did answer where to buy Lowsutea already in Philippines. It's called Lowsutea.co. Okay. So look for that, and if you can, that will be the place where you buy Lowsutea. Or I hope that will be answer all your questions. Is there any other questions? Maybe. Okay. If not, I thank you very much. 各位朋友，多謝晒你喺個禮拜六咁忙嘅時間，都聽我哋講去糖茶嘅同埋糖尿病同埋前期患病嘅相關嘅嘅問題。所以咧就希望大家繼續努力去降低血糖。So everybody just remember, continue to try an effort to lower your blood sugar, prevent high blood sugar, which lead to what? Future complication. Might not now, but in about 2-3 years from now, that's when you're going to get a lot of problems. So you are building your health for the future, not immediate, but for the future. So keep lower your blood sugar. That will be a wonderful result for yourself and for your family. Enjoy life. Thank you again. Good afternoon, and also have a great weekend. Thank you for the greeting from Hawaii, Singapore, Honolulu, and Philippines. Everybody have said the same very nice thing about this webinar. If you like that webinar, make sure to put a like on my on our website. That would be wonderful too. Thank you again. Take care. Or put in Facebook, put a like over there. Okay. Take care. Bye bye.